What's up YouTube? Today we are going to be working on the BMW 530i. Now we are having quite a bit of issues with the lower control arm, and suffice to say, right now as far as its forward and backward motion, it's right on point, but I don't believe it's supposed to do this. So there's quite a bit of play in the rear fairing. So I picked this up at Rock Auto. I think it was $86. I got the, which one? I'll put the link in the description below which one I got. Remember, if you do buy from them every so often, you'll see a little thing in your email for a discount. I got like 4% discount on it. So basically covered the taxes in New York State. And, well, I'm hoping this was the most expensive one they had, so I'm hoping this will resolve the issue, because this is my daily driver and we are coming into the winter time. And the next purchase is going to have to be studded tires so that it can get up and down these mountainous hills around here. So it's pretty straightforward. I'll walk you through how to do it. And if this is something that happens to yours, it's definitely something, if you're at all mechanically inclined, you'll be able to do yourself. So very easy repair. And instead of spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars having your local mechanic do it, $86 and some time in your own hands, and you'll be all set. So let's go ahead and dig right into this. It'll be, hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be a quick episode for you guys. All right. So what we're going to be taking off is this piece right here. And if you can see, let's see if I can't do this with two hands or one hand. You can see that it should not have that much play in it whatsoever. So we're going to go ahead and have to take this bolt out here, or this nut, and the bolt that runs straight through. So right there and there. And then we have to go back underneath here. And you're going to have to just remove this whole member here, and that's going to just be what you needed to take that off. All right. Now that we have this all apart, you can actually see that it's fairly easily taken out. You have a single bolt goes through here, a nut, and then a nut right there. Now, it should not look like this. You can see how much play it has. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how, not too long ago I had an issue with this, had to be repaired really quickly. So I'll put the video of me repairing this entire sensor wire. And when I replaced it, I actually replaced it with, or repaired it rather, I repaired it with stainless steel braided wire shielding. So it should last a lot longer than the original wire. And all it is I believe it's just the ABS sensor. And so it's shrink tubed and everything here with really, really good stuff. And then it goes up through here and a couple of shrink tubes inside here where the wires were damaged. And the sensor just gets plugged in right here. It was a really easy fix. It was a little bit tedious, but I'll show you the type of wire I'm talking about and everything in the video, and I'll do that right here. Now that we're back, you've seen how I repaired this wire. We're going to go ahead and quickly pull this apart and do the quick repair that's necessary. As I said, very easy, and it's crazy. I drove this yesterday, and it's crazy how quickly the brakes, or the rotors, rusted on it. So you can see how quickly it wasn't even like it rained or anything. It's pretty crazy. I don't know, maybe yesterday was a little bit of a humid day, but it's funny. Sometimes when you see people go, wow, your brake lines or your brakes are just so rusted. Like on some of the cars that have been sitting for a while. Not the Supers, they're surprisingly fine. I mean, they've been sitting inside a garage forever. Maybe that's why. But yeah, you know, just slam on the brakes real hard and all the rust comes off. That's a technical way of repairing that. So we'll go ahead and pop that off and put the new one in. Now, as you can see, that was easy to get out. This one gave me a little bit of a hard time. You might need to use a little bit of persuasion to remove it. But once it comes out, it's, you know, easy peasy. So my recommendation for anything you're doing like that, get some copper-based anti-seize lubricant. It's going to be a lifesaver. Put it on your lug nuts as well. So all we're going to do with that is we're going to, I mean, you can see I've had this thing for a little while. Might need to put a little bit more actual like grease or something in there, but you're going to just lube the hole that it's going in. Just a little bit of it. And once you put the new piece in, make sure you do the same thing on it. You're going to want to make sure you put some on there and on the threads itself and inside the hole. It just, that way you don't have to worry about it rusting inside there. It's going to make it so your life is a lot easier down the road. So we're going to go ahead and slap this back together and give it a test drive. All right, and just like that, the part is back onto the vehicle, and we're nice and snug. No movement whatsoever in the whole assembly, which is what we want. That was a lot of movement. So I'm glad I was able to get the part here and replace this, because, you know, we have precious cargo on board. We want to make sure that this thing is running right and it's as safe as possible. As far as this part right here, so when you're putting this on, remember, you got to get it lined up. It's very important to have different types of pry bars and stuff, because you're gonna go nuts trying to get it lined up without them. So, oh, and another very important thing is a leather hammer. They're expensive, but I'll tell you, you could beat the heck out of something and you're not going to hurt it. And these are replaceable. It's just varnish and leather. So this has to get, oh, I can't put my hand in front of it so you can't see it. This bolt has to actually be tightened to the point where it's actually squishing the bearing, but not to the point where it's not usable. So the best way of tightening it down is, well, I mean, you could be a responsible person and go online and get the torque specification, or you can do it in between two pieces and Guten tight. As long as it's Guten tight, then it's not really to the point where you're creaking. It sounds like your ship is about to sink. You're pretty much where you need to be. As far as right here, I don't know how well you guys can see it, but this nut right here, there's an Allen key in the inside of it where you tighten the bolt to the nut instead of trying to tighten this part, because this does spin and you're going to be there all day. So a really good investment is to get, like, this is a Craftsman. I'm sure other companies make them, but it's a Craftsman with the pass-through. And you just take one of these guys, which uses a standard ratchet, and you just pop it in there. So you can actually hold the Allen key and tighten the opposite direction. So it's a really good investment. I've just happened to find one of these at an outlet store, and they were basically just throwing them away. So I think I paid 50 bucks for $300 set of it. But that being said, now I don't know if anything ever happens to it, if I can get the ratchet or anything, because Craftsman's gone. But I think Lowe's may have picked it up. But that's all I have for you today. It's a really quick fix. Remember, you can fix almost anything on a vehicle yourself if you have the knowledge, and that's what I'm trying to give you guys, is the knowledge to be able to fix things yourself. And zip ties will be your best friend. So yeah, that's how you fix a BMW, you know, just like any other car. Lots and lots of zip ties. On that note, if your hands aren't dirty by the time you're done, you're not doing things right. So we're gonna hop off and have some lunch and get to work on the Supra. So until the next episode, which will be working on the Supra, have a good day.